Hey everybody, welcome back to the old farmhouse. Today we are going to be trying to build the roof on the wraparound porch, and hopefully we beat this rain. Voice crack. Holy cow, are you kidding me right now? Dad, what do you think you're doing?
Justin did it. Well, when I drove your truck up, I hit the brakes and it slid through the ice, and that's where it came to a rest.
Cole was mad that my front wheels of his truck are parked on his grass. But since it's his truck, legally, it's his truck that's parked on it. It don't matter who is driving it.
So just give a quick little recap for everybody real quick. The original porch on the house was just on this side. I wanted to have a wraparound porch in the whole thing, so we decided to build down this side of the house. So in the old part here, I had to tear off all the softening, I tore off all the old floorboards, and then we dug out the old poles that were rotting and falling over. And over the past couple weekends, Justin's been setting poles, he's been laying joists, but you know, honestly, I've been the one setting all the screws and telling him what to do with all the technical stuff.
Yep, sure have.
He's bashful on camera. But now today, as long as this rain holds off, we're gonna be setting these boards up top here. I should say Justin's gonna be up there because I'm scared of heights.
You're not scared of heights.
Scared of hard work.
Yeah, I'm scared of work.
But hopefully we'll get these boards laid here and then we can start building this roof. You need to do your opposite of your rain dance.
I don't know what that is.
The non-rain
The
dance.
sunny dance.
Wind's starting to pick up a little bit, so I want to get the skid loader. I got a grave to cover this morning a little later, so I want to get the skid loader out of the big machine shed, get them doors shut. If the wind picks up, I don't want our machine shed doors to blow away. Oh, I wish them overhead doors did not cost so much. The one company we checked for the overhead door and get it all framed in was 20 grand for a 30-foot wide door. It's too much money. If we could get a nice set of overhead doors in here, then we could put a nice cement pad out here right up to the door so we wouldn't have this lip in here. That'd be really, really nice. But in the meantime, we suffer with the old sliders.
Yeah, the other day I went to go mow my lawn and I found about 7,000 of these in the grass. Now, as always, I honestly have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to this construction stuff. Justin just tells me what to hold and what to go get, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna be honest, that was probably the most lackluster day we've done since we've started this porch. It just kept raining off and on, so we'd get to work for 10 minutes, and then we'd stop for 10 minutes. And we'd work for 10 minutes, and then we'd stop. And so, really hard to get the camera out when it's raining all the time. Justin got a few more of the rafter boards up here, and the hip board. It's kind of fun to say, hip. Holy smokes, that is a giant bumblebee. Oh, a very smart one though. Come on, little buddy, fly up. I mean, come on, big buddy, fly up. What is wrong with you? Oh, I see what it is. He's trying to mate with the DeWalt tools. Okay, see you guys in the morning. Yep, hold on a second. We got a rainbow right there, and it's going right exactly where the pit is gonna be for the $1 million bin site. We're rich! Okay, now we'll see you tomorrow.
Morning, guys.
New day, new chicken feathers. Me and Justin are over here at Cole's. Last night it had to rain more, so everything is just wet and sticky. Hopefully the sun's gonna come out pretty soon, dry things up. It just makes it slimy for getting around.
We're getting the porch today done, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I think I'm in the way more than I actually help Justin, but we're here for moral support. You know, we were gonna go with a composite decking material, but we decided that was just too cheap of an option. So we're going with plywood, OSB.
Should last for a minimum of 6 months.
Timber! So what I got going back on over here in the old section of the porch is when We had the old poles in here before we put these new ones in. The roof was starting to sag down, so we jacked that back up, then we put the new poles in. But that caused stuff up here to get loose. Primarily this board that runs along the wall. So I use the old sledgehammer here to pound this back to the wall because there was a nice gap behind it. Then I drilled in some of these 5-inch screws into every stud, so now that board all the way along is nice and strong. It's flush to the wall like it's supposed to be. But the only issue is now we have a gap right there when it's supposed to look like that. Oh yeah, Dad, that's really OSHA approved. So Justin's having me get some 2x4s. We're gonna butt it right up against these boards here, and then we'll toenail it into the board on the house, and then we'll also drill it into this board. Basically just kind of making a little board extension. There's gonna be softening over all this stuff, so it's all gonna be hidden. No one's gonna know it's up there other than us and you guys.
So don't tell anybody.
Yeah, it could hurt resale value.
That's right.
Oh, 2x4, oh, 2x4. I'm a professional carpenter. See? Look at that. Gooder, if not better than new. Oh, no, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a little bit of a disappointing weekend when it's coming to getting work done on this stuff because of the rain. We got the entire old side done all the way down to where the house kind of sticks out right here. We're basically at the point now where we need to pull the siding off over there before I can continue to build the roof. When we sided that, we had no plans of having a wraparound porch in, and then kind of in the middle of that decided, hey, that would be kind of cool. So that's why that's sided right now. But we got to get that pulled off, and then we continue making the rafters here all the way across. We still have to build the dormer here in the middle. So we're hoping next weekend to lay sheeting on the roof, and then we can get everything felt papered up and shingled. Now the reason why I say next weekend is Justin is a full-time carpenter for his main job, and then on the weekends and his free time, then he comes out and helps us with stuff, and we would be completely lost without Justin, why am I struggling with words right now? But we just want to give a big old thank you to Justin, because without him, we wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff. And I gotta admit, guys, the whole building of this stuff is real fun. You know, it's fun to run a drill and run in screws and, you know, set stuff and measure and cut and all that. But I tell you what, the planning of everything, whew, there's a lot more that goes into it than you think. And also, it's a lot more expensive than you think. But honestly, the biggest shocker of them all is how stinking long it takes to figure out what color decking material you want. I bet I got 4 hours into this. So right here I got my little sample sheet of some composite materials. These ones over here are a little bit more low profile. These are kind of a little bit towards the cheaper end of the price range. And then in the middle, we got kind of the middle ground. And then once you get towards the right here, these are the more expensive premium options. Now these composite material companies are pretty smart because on the cheaper end of stuff, they give you like 4 colors that you can choose from, and of course none of them match my siding. And then in the middle price range, they have this really heavy type grain look. I'm just not a fan of it. So surprise, surprise, we're looking at the expensive stuff. Now from a preference perspective, I kind of like the darker colored wood. I just think that looks better on the gray of the house, and there's just something very relaxing about just a nice dark floor, and you're not gonna be able to see all the dirt and stuff on it. Neva wanted to do this one, but I just don't think it's a very good match. And when Dad, wherever he's hiding at over there, decides he's gonna come in with his dirty boots on, that's just it's gonna show a lot of dirt. I kind of thought about these 3 colors here, with this being my number 2 option, that being number 3, and that being number 1. But there's just nothing about them that like stuck out to me. And then I got to thinking, the door to my house is kind of this. No, sorry, don't look at those weeds. But it's kind of this exotic, like reddish brown kind of color, and I really like how it complements the rest of the house. And it just so turns out that this one is about the same color. I think they call it a lava rock. On a full sheet, it's a better example, but you see a little bit of red hue right here. It's just hard because we're comparing it to other colors right beside it. But not exact match, but it's fairly close. So I think we're going with lava rock. And I tell you what, I hope they send some lubricant with that bill, because this composite decking stuff's expensive. But that's not the end of our picking out stuff for the wraparound porch adventures. You guys see the shingles on the house? So these are those shingles that are up there, and they're kind of a special shingle because they're not actually like an asphalt shingle, they're steel shingles. These are kind of a cool shingle because it allows you to have a steel roof without like having like a tin roof like that. So these are quiet like when it rains and stuff, and it also, it looks like a normal house. We actually put these shingles on 3 of our houses. They're a little bit more expensive than a regular asphalt shingle, but I think it's either 50 or 100-year life on them. Basically, the way they work is you drill a couple screws right through here on the top, and then you take the next one above it, and it latches in right here to this little lip. So that's actually what we have up there, and I think those have been up there for like 18 years. Doesn't look like it, does it? Well, that's because they're steel. But here's the thing. This is the style from 18 years ago, and surprise, surprise, they don't make the stuff the same as they did 18 years ago, because these ones right here are the new ones. Now, as we can see here, these ones are half the size. They're a slightly different color, and they actually have a little different pattern. These ones are a 2 pattern, and these ones are a 3. This is actually the first time I've seen them side by side here, and I guess there's really not a lot of decision making to be done because they're actually pretty close. And honestly, no one's going to be able to tell the difference in the pattern from up there to down there. I guess the only thing is, which there's nothing we can do about it, but those ones up there are going to have 18 years worth of sun fading on them, and these ones aren't. So these ones appear a lot darker, so there's going to be a little contrast for a couple years until these start to fade out. But what do you do? Dad, I can't believe this. This is all your fault. Why didn't you know I was going to build a wraparound porch 18 years ago and leave all those shingles out in the sun so that way they'd be equally matched in sun fading?
I know, I should have. I thought about it.
And then, once we get everything shingled, then we can finish siding the rest of the house. And, oh, I tell you what, I'm looking forward to that. I've been looking at this Tyvek wood whatever for like 2 years. I'm just ready for it to be done on the outside. It's going to look good. But there we have it, guys. That is the latest and greatest when it comes to the house. Just a quick reminder for everybody, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to slap the thumbs up button. It helps in the YouTube algorithm. It helps push our videos to a bigger audience. So if you support us, we really appreciate it. And don't forget, we have Cornstar Farms merch available through the link in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.